Sox fans have wanted to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. This is going to be a tough play. The Cubs. He makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have won it all. 8-7-10.
Woo! Welcome to the best damn sports podcast on the planet. This is Triple Shot Sports. I am your host, Brandon Combs. We have a great show lined up for you. I am going to tear Hoffy apart if he can figure out how to get on the show. He is having some technical difficulties. I think he's just scared. I think he doesn't want to show up. I think he knows he's going to get his butt whooped tonight, and that's why he has not shown up yet. But we'll let him say the dog ate his homework and that the internet is not working. So without further ado, we will bring on who is here right now, and that is my boy Jay. Jay, what's going on?
Diddy Combs, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I am pumped. I'm wearing the Bulls gear. I have got all sorts of fire for Hoffy, and I'm telling you, like I told you before the show, by the time I am done with Hoffy, you're going to be like, damn, you know what, Combs? Maybe LeBron ain't at the table.
Oh man,
I'm telling you,
that's gonna take a lot to convince me. You know,
well, I've got a lot.
I'm down to hear the argument, but it's gonna take a lot to convince me. That's for sure.
So I've got the argument, and I'm ready to go, man.
Hopefully, Hoppy's gonna bring his A game, man, because
I just hope he brings his A internet.
Yeah, that too.
If he brings a signal, it's going down. But at any rate, we've got some other things going on. Week 5 of the NFL is still wrapping up. We've got Tennessee and Buffalo going at it right now. Tennessee is up 14-10 right now. Yeah, 14-10 right now. They have the ball right now. They're driving again. But let's go to last night, man. Did you watch any of that game last night?
I did.
Dude, Justin Herbert.
Oh, he's going to be the real deal. Yeah. It seems like he's the real deal.
The way he came back and kept coming back, I mean, the kicker ultimately cost them the game last night.
Right.
But that kid, his poise, like, he's not phased. He doesn't get, like, the moment doesn't scare him. His opponent doesn't scare him. He doesn't care. And he goes out and he gets it done. And so far, in his young career so far, he's hung in there with Patrick Mahomes. And the Kansas City Chiefs almost took them down. He's hung in there with Tom Brady.
Yep.
And he's hung in there with Drew Brees.
Yep.
This kid is making a name for himself, and he is the real deal for sure.
And the funny thing is they went with Tyrod Taylor to start the season. They didn't even go with the kid, you know, and
they said he wasn't going to play at all.
Right. He wasn't supposed to play at all. That was the thing, too. And he just came in and said, no, this is my team now, Tyrod. I'm not giving it back. I have the keys to the Lambo, and I'm driving this baby as far as I can take it.
My daughter chimes in. Go, father.
There you go.
Amy, what's going on, baby girl? I love you. Hopefully you enjoy the show. I am going to put a beat down on Hoffy tonight, so, be prepared for that. Watch Dad go to work. But at any rate, let's see here. We got people chiming in on YouTube. Jeremy Wilder says Michael Jordan won his titles when the NBA still believed in defense. LBJ is great, but I'm sorry. Michael's a killer when he's on that court, and it's very hard to compare them two because they play two different positions. Hey, look, I'm telling you, Jeremy, just keep watching the show. I'm going to come with that fire. Hoffy does not stand a chance. It does look like we have Hoffy here, though, now. Hoffy, you with us?
I think so. We'll see how long. We'll see how long I last.
I thought the dog ate your internet.
No, just my homework.
Just your homework. All right. Look, I'm telling you, man. I thought maybe you just didn't want to show up. You are going to get absolutely annihilated tonight.
Nope, my Ethernet adapter should be here at some point. Hopefully, Amazon shows up today, like they say, and I'll be high speed, and I'll be full LeBron on your ass.
All right. So we were just talking about Justin Herbert and how good he looked last night, Hoffy. You catch any of that game? I know
Absolutely.
You did. You were texting me. So
yeah,
Justin Herbert, I mean, he looks like the real deal. And like I was telling Jay, so far in his young career, he's hung in there with Patrick Mahomes, He's hung in there with Tom Brady, and he's hung in there with Drew Brees. This kid, I mean, he's making a name for himself, and he's only 3 weeks into his career.
Yeah, I think Mike and Mike is the only one that's a doubter of him right now. But
Yeah.
I saw that post. But other than that, yeah, I mean,
That
you
guy's
hang
a
with
goof.
yeah, you hang with Drew Brees and you hang with Tom Brady in consecutive weeks, and I'm gonna put you on a legit list.
Jerome Sanchez says, "Of course, MJ." I'm telling Hoffy, man, dude,
Hoffy, you need
I
to bring
can't wait
that.
for this.
You need to bring that heat because everybody's jumping on saying MJ, MJ, MJ.
MJ, baby. I'm telling you, and I already told Jay this, Hoffy, but by the end of the damn conversation, Jay's gonna be like, "Damn, LeBron ain't at the table. LeBron is just serving water and tea to MJ."
You can't convince me. LeBron's at the table. He's there.
All right,
I'm telling
we'll
you.
see.
For sure.
All right. So before we get to that, we are going to talk about some other things with football. We've got watching that game last night with the Saints. It brought me to this conclusion: the Saints need to move on from Drew Brees.
Woo!
Ooh, hot take.
Look, the Saints, the way that game went last night, Drew Brees does not look like Drew Brees. He's not the same.
Take away Michael Thomas, and he's not the same.
Well, right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, like, if you take away a guy's number one receiver, obviously you expect there to be some little bit of growing pains or something like that, but not to this extent. Not struggling to beat the Chargers, not struggling to win games the way that they've struggled to win games. Granted, they're tied for the division lead right now at 3-2, but they cannot move the ball at all. He doesn't seem like he can throw a pass more than 6 or 7 yards downfield.
I agree. Tom Brady and his team just kind of need to get on the same page and get acclimated with each other. But yeah, Drew Brees has been in that system. Michael Thomas, the rest, Kamara. I know you're going to take a hit when you lose Michael Thomas, but you still got Kamara. You still got a decent lineup, and you're on the turf. So I don't think there's an excuse. I don't know that you can move on from him right now because you put Hill in there a couple weeks ago and he cost them a game with that fumble.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of this, you do have Jameis Winston, but I don't know.
I'm telling you right now, Jameis Winston. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if they let Jameis Winston in and they sit Drew Brees, which I don't think they're going to have the balls to do because that is going to take a lot of balls to do it. If they did that, I would pick them to win this division over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Come on, no.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
No way.
You've been smoking rocks today?
Man.
I'm telling.
Yeah.
All right.
You've been smoking too much of that Jordan juice.
Drew can't push the ball downfield, says Dylan. Dylan doesn't have the ability. What's going on, Dylan? Dylan of OTF. On and off the field with Dylan and Durf. You guys, I was watching their show before I came on the air tonight. And look, Dylan comes with some stuff. Durf, them boys, man, are funny as hell. Dylan tells me last week, I asked them, they did their picks, and I said, well, you guys are both 0-1 already because they both had the Bucs. And he goes, well, I just picked them because I thought it was a toss-up, and I picked the home team. I said, well, that's great, but they were in Chicago. He's like, oh, well, then I guess I fucked up. All right, so it looks like right now all of the talk is about MJ and LeBron, so it looks like that's what the people want. So you ready, Hoffy? You ready to give it to him?
Shut up and sit
Stan
down.
Lee, if MJ played in today's game, he would live at the free throw line and would have had 20,000 more points. Also, if LeBron played then, he wouldn't be as dominant when he goes to the lane and gets laid out by Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman. Hoff, you're on drugs, boy. Woo! I might not even need to get in on this.
Man, you're not helping me.
I might not even get in on this. The fans might decide this for you. All right. So
if we're ganging up, Hoffy, I got you, buddy. Let's do this.
all right. Let's
go.
Hoffy, man. You say that LeBron James is the GOAT and it's not Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear your argument, sir. Why is LeBron better than Jordan?
Did LeBron ever get bounced in the first round?
Oh, my God. Is that your only argument?
3 years straight. No, that's just the start. We're only starting his career. We haven't even gotten into it yet.
Okay, go ahead.
No, what's your answer to that? Has LeBron ever gone, swept 3 times in a row? What's he, 2-6 against super teams?
Did LeBron? Did Michael Jordan ever allow a Game 7 in the finals? Did Michael Jordan ever do a disappearing act in the finals like LeBron did in 2011 against the Dallas Mavericks?
All right, yeah, that was a rough one. However, that's not his,
how many rough ones did Jordan have? How many? None.
Name
6
me a
for
super
6.
team.
6 MVPs.
Name me a super team that he beat.
Name you a super team. The Celtics.
Don't you dare. He did not beat the Celtics in the playoffs. He didn't win one game in the playoffs against those Celtics.
Got swept against the Celtics.
Coaching, Larry Bird is a coach for the Pacers.
Who was his first title? Who was his first title against?
Who?
The Los Angeles Lakers and Magic Johnson.
Yeah. How many years did it take him to get there?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Listen to me right now, okay?
Who in the East that was decent did he beat? He didn't beat anyone decent in the East, and the Pistons were past their prime when he beat them. They smoked him in their prime. He did not win without Pippen.
Okay, all right.
Pippen.
I can't even. All right, so
How about the coach?
How many years has LeBron been in the league? 15, right? 15,
yeah, but he's in
right? And he's still chasing down Jordan's numbers. And he's still chasing down Jordan's numbers.
He's also had to go against Durant. He had to go against Curry, Thompson.
Oh, poor baby.
They had 73
Jordan went
wins.
up against Bird, went up against Magic Johnson,
73 wins
went up
in one
against
season,
Hakeem
and he
Olajuwon,
beat
went
them.
up against Patrick Ewing, went up against the great Utah Jazz teams back in the day. What are you talking about?
All of them ate before MJ ate. LeBron made sure Carmelo Anthony did not eat.
God.
And he made sure the rest of them didn't. So don't you dare go saying that. That's some
bullshit. All right. So, all right. Let me go here. Let me end this real quick because this is where it's going to end right here.
Because he can score? What's his efficiency? Like 54% compared to 56%?
Oh, my God. Through Jordan's 13 years and LeBron's 15, Jordan still has 2 more rings, 2 more finals MVPs, 1 more defensive player of the year, 1 more season MVP, 9 more scoring titles. 9 more scoring titles in 2 less years. 3 more times he's been a steals leader. 3 more all defensive team selections. 3,000 more points, even though LeBron did move past him in the playoffs, but it did take him longer to do so. 750 more steals. Beat 20 50-plus win teams in the playoffs. LeBron's only beaten 10. Jordan never averaged less than 40% field goal in the finals. LeBron did it twice. 6 for 6 in the finals. Never allowed a Game 7. LeBron had much more offensive help. Jordan never had a teammate average... No. Listen to this. Jordan never had a teammate average more than 22 points in the finals. In fact, MJ is the only player in NBA history to lead a team to the championship with only 1 teammate averaging double figures in scoring. In the Bulls' 97 playoff run, Scottie Pippen averaged 19 points per game on 42% shooting. All other teammates of Jordan averaged under 8 points per game. LeBron had Kyrie and D. Wade both averaged 28 and more than 26. MJ never had a finals meltdown like LeBron did, like I said. MJ had more points in the playoffs in less games. MJ accomplished all this in 13 seasons, and after 15 seasons, LeBron is still chasing him.
What was his record before Scottie Pippen? How many
winning seasons? What does that got to do with anything?
He's the
GOAT. What was LeBron's record before he went and got with D. Wade and the boys?
He was showing up in the playoffs and not getting bounced in the first round with nobody. He brought that Cavaliers team.
You know why? Because when Jordan was going through those playoffs, he was getting murdered by the bad boys of the Pistons. You're not allowed to do what they did back then. LeBron's not allowed to get touched. You can't touch. And if you do touch him, if you sneeze on him, the guy goes flying 5 feet and then throws his arms up at the freaking officials like, hey, where's the foul?
He's 1-9 without Scottie Pippen in the playoffs. How can you
Oh
tell me
my
he's the GOAT when he
God.
needs his Robin? I understand my math is wrong. Last week, what did I say? 16 plus frickin', my math was way
I
off.
don't know.
But
4
when
plus
he-
6 is 52 or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. But when he left the team with the 56 wins, when I thought it was 66, my fault there, they decreased by 2. LeBron leaves Cleveland. He leaves Miami. They fall to shambles. They weren't that bad when
Because they
MJ
played defense back in the day. If you drove the lane back in the day, you were getting murdered. And Jordan, go back and watch the film. Go watch Jordan. Jordan was still averaging 40 points a game in those playoffs. What more did you want him to do?
Hit the gym.
Oh my freaking God. You are out of your damn mind. Out of your damn mind. Michael Jordan in the playoffs put up at least 40 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, 5 assists a game in 6 different playoff series, along with the average of 55% shooting. Like, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
He played in the
Jordan
triangle.
won every one of those matchups except for the 86 matchup against the Celtics. In 88, 89, he averaged 32 points a game, 8 assists a game, 8 rebounds a game. 54% shooting. LeBron has never even come close to that stat line. Not even close.
No, but LeBron puts up numbers all the way around. MJ scores. MJ also plays defense, right? Yeah, the number 2 guy, because Scottie Pippen takes number 1. LeBron takes 1 through 5 all day, every day.
MJ has a higher playoff field goal percentage, 48.7 to LeBron's 48.3. MJ has a higher playoff player efficiency rating of 28.6 to LeBron's 27.3. MJ shoots a higher playoff three-point percentage of 33.2 to LeBron's 32.9.
Oh, don't even go into the three-point.
LeBron James has scored 30 points 416 times in 1,117 games. Michael Jordan did it 562 times in 1,072 games.
I could shoot 30% from three-point range if I'm averaging 2 shots a game.
Dude, you are
MJ doesn't
you are
shoot
out of your
threes,
mind
and
right
he's
now.
not that
You are
good.
getting murdered, and you can't even do anything about it.
The
Okay.
only thing that I really have to say about this whole thing is, I feel like MJ's failures just never count. Like,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
things that
'Cause he's 6-0.
MJ failed, just because he was 6-0. That's it. But
I'm putting up more than just rings
do
and
we
more
remember-
than 6-0.
But do we remember he got swept by the Celtics? Do we remember
Okay.
he lost to the Bucks 3-1? He shot 37% in that last game.
How was his
Got
percentage in that
swept
game?
by the Celtics again. Lost to the Pistons 3 straight years.
Yep.
And then not only that, he turns the ball over with 16 seconds
Thank you.
left in the game in Game 6 for Shaq and Penny to lose the lead and the series. But no one ever brings
after what?
any
After
of this
what?
stuff up.
After
Are
taking
you
2
telling me
years
if
off
he
to go play
stays healthy-
baseball?
Yeah, he needed to take those years off because he's a bitch. Needed to rejuvenate himself. When's LeBron taking a day off?
How
or
many
a season
times?
off?
How many times has LeBron had in a season 100 blocks and 200 steals? Jordan's done it.
When's the last time LeBron got kicked out of the league for 3 years?
He never got kicked out of the league. Knock it off.
It was just a little hush hush between him and David Stern, but everybody knows he got kicked out of the league for 3 years.
Jesus.
That's when he went to play.
You
baseball.
guys are reaching, man. Am I beating you up so bad that you have to reach that deep?
No. He was done a favor by taking those 3 years off because he would not have gotten past those Rockets if he even got there. Never mind frickin' Reggie Miller probably would have taken care of him.
How many playoff series has LeBron ever averaged 40 points a game?
I don't care. He got to 10 fucking straight.
Less than Jordan.
So what?
Highest scoring
It's
average
about
points per
all-around
game in any
numbers.
championship series. Only player in NBA history to lead the league in scoring, win most valuable player, and defensive player of the year in the same season.
Just because he's got his 2 big shots, one in college, one to get the shot. LeBron's got more game winners than him.
Dude, I mean, your arguments are so weak. They are so weak. You're like
They're
throwing
both-
grapes at a pine tree right now.
No, they're both right there.
You're throwing grapes at a pine tree right now, bro.
You can't tell. No.
Like you are about to get that roundhouse kick to the face and get knocked the hell out.
No, because I can actually see that coming. I'll dodge that and counter you with a fucking straight left. Conor McGregor, and then I'll
only
fucking
player
strut.
in NBA history to win Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA
And he got
MVP,
bounced.
All-Star MVP, Finals
Swept.
MVP. Only player in
Swept.
NBA history to lead the league
By
in
the
scoring
Celtics
and win
twice.
the NBA championship more than once in the same season. He did it 6 times.
He needed
6
Pippen
times he did
and
it.
Jackson.
He's the
Pippen
only
and
player
Jackson.
to do it, and he did it 6 times.
Why couldn't he do it without Pippen or Jackson?
Or
Oh
BJ
my
Armstrong.
God.
Or aren't? Yeah.
Or BJ Armstrong.
You act like
That's
LeBron's
pretty
won
crazy.
all these titles with nobody. He didn't win any titles till he had somebody. He didn't win in Cleveland when he was by himself, just like Jordan didn't win while he was by himself. LeBron
No,
had
but
to
Jordan
go to
didn't
the
even
Heat.
get to the dance.
LeBron
until
had to
he
go
had
to the
Pippen.
Heat. LeBron had to go to the Heat and make the super team with Wade and Bosh, get his titles there, come back to Cleveland because Kyrie was there, and win a title there. And then he go to L.A., lost last year to Toronto, to the
Outside of
Toronto damn
Pistons.
Raptors, and then had to go get Anthony Davis to win this year. And they don't win that title without Anthony Davis. So don't give me just because Jordan had Pippen that, all of a sudden that takes away from his greatness. You're wrong. Because
And
LeBron
Rodman.
didn't do it. LeBron didn't do it until
Coach.
he had people on his team
Coach.
too.
Horace Grant.
One of the best European basketball players besides Dirk Nowitzki. But yeah, no, he had nobody besides just Pippen, and Pippen was just decent.
Bill
LeBron
Clyde.
got there with nobody.
MJ is
He
also
lost,
the
but he
only
got
player
there.
in NBA history to score over 40 points at age 40, and he did it twice. In
Bill Clyde.
1988, MJ earned Dunk Champ, All-Star MVP, NBA scoring title, League MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year. Michael, in only 11 complete seasons with the 9-time All-NBA, 5 League MVPs, 6 Finals MVPs, all 11 seasons. MJ has done in 11 seasons things LeBron hasn't done and won't do in his entire career.
At age 31, LeBron had more All-Star appearances. The
Oh
only
my
thing
freaking
MJ has
God.
on him is the rings.
At age 33, you know why? Because at age 33, he had more seasons in the league than Jordan did. That's why.
By what, 2 or 3?
Stop it. By 2 or 3, and how many more All-Star appearances did he have? 3. So shut up. You just had your own damn argument against you.
No,
Jesus Christ.
whatever. They're at the same fucking table, and you know it.
Facts.
Stan says,
Fucking-
Hoff, you're a puppy. Just stop.
Yeah, let's see your fucking. I bet you he comes on here and tells you Larry
Let's
Bird's
see
the
what
GOAT.
everybody's saying. Oh, Seth says that's a rough one. You guys clearly didn't pay attention to Jordan's career if you think LeBron is better.
I didn't say LeBron was better. I said LeBron's sitting at the table with Jordan.
No, he's not. And I just
got
said
it
all the
right
reasons
there.
why he's not.
No,
you
they're
just
both
don't want to
right there.
listen if you still think it is. You just don't want to admit defeat if you still think he's at the table. There's no such thing
get
as
outta here.
defense in this day. In basketball, have LeBron try charging a lane back in the day. Exactly. Thank you, Seth.
What? LeBron,
Thank you,
all what, 6'9", 250 pounds of him? You guys act
Dude,
like LeBron's
Le-
a small little
bec-
dude that
because
would just
anytime
get
he
bitch
gets
slapped
touched
if he
by
came
a-
down the lane. Yeah, but
anytime-
because this is a different era of basketball. If LeBron
Yeah.
played in that era of basketball, you're trying to tell me that LeBron wouldn't go down the lane and charge someone and knock them on their freaking ass? Like, you guys are acting like LeBron's like this little bitch that does nothing. He's 6'9", 250
Have you watched him play the
pounds.
game of basketball and watched him
I've
flop
seen him
all
play
over
the
the
game
place?
of basketball many of times.
You watch him
You know-
flop all over the place?
That's because this
Who
is
doesn't
that
flop?
era of basketball. Everybody does that.
It might have taken him a little while to get there. Nothing in life comes easy.
How many of
Comes
you
with a
kids
fight.
gonna chime in on this one?
I don't know.
Pay him something? Jesus.
Oh, 84
Jeremy
of them.
Wilder. Any Bulls team can beat any LBJ team hands down.
Exactly,
Agreed.
which is why LeBron is the GOAT.
What? What? What?
Because he
Michael
does more
Jordan's
with
teams
less.
would win against LeBron's teams, but that's because
does-
LeBron's the
he
GOAT.
does
Mike
do
Jordan
more
does
with
more
less.
with less.
Oh, man.
He
I'm
was
saying
bringing.
the
He was
teams that Jordan
bringing
was on were
teams.
better than LeBron's teams, and LeBron is doing it 10 years straight every year. So how can you say
He
they're
brought
not
a
at the same
team with
table?
with Anderson Varejao to the finals
Yeah.
against San Antonio and almost beat them.
Jordan would have had 8 rings
These
if he
kids
didn't
don't
retire,
know
and
who the
MJ's
freaking
undefeated in
Rockets
the
are,
finals.
apparently.
That's
Mitch
because
Hoff.
Or
Who's-
Penny
who's-
Hardaway and
Hey,
Shaq.
this got to be somebody related to you.
No, I don't
Jordan
know who
also
that
played in a
fucking tool
rougher
is.
era. It was so much harder to score than it is now.
Sit down,
Agreed.
Mitchell. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out.
Is that your brother?
Mom, take care of him.
Listen, if NBA is about winning championships, then nobody is better than Bill.
Yeah, I said that the other day. And
That's a fact. No one is better than Bill.
yeah,
You're
if
out
we
of
want to
your
talk
mind.
titles at 6-0,
It's not just about titles, and I just said everything that was. Were you guys even listening?
You're such a homer. Look at your shirt.
Were you guys even listening to what I said?
Yeah, we listened, and then we
I
said
mentioned
LeBron's
I
at the
mentioned
same
one thing
table.
about a title. I mentioned one thing about a title, and that was that he was 6 for 6. That's
All
it.
I said
Yeah,
was
and then you talked
sitting at
about
the table.
offense.
Look, you see, even Jay's so scared of the damn argument now. He's like, "Look, I just said he was sitting at the table. I didn't say he was bad."
That's all I did say. I
He
never
don't want
said
no
he
part.
was better.
First he said he had your back, Hoffy. Now he's like, wait, I wasn't with.
Oh,
Hoffy.
you want? Oh, we can get this going. We can get this going. If you want me to jump
Hey.
in, let's do this.
We got Kobe, we got LeBron, we got Russell. I guess we could put MJ at the same table as those three.
I guess so, man.
You're crazy. It's MJ, Kobe, then the rest.
I'd take Paul Pierce
Simple.
over all of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm
We're all
saying.
forgetting the truth.
Larry Bird
Don't
stats are
forget
better
the
than
truth,
LeBron
baby.
too.
I fucking told you he was going to come at you with that bullshit. Next thing you know, he's going to say, "Oh, if he had healthy knees."
LeBron
No, that's
would
not
have
even
been
true.
just another player
That's
in
not
the
true.
MJ era.
That's
It
not
is
true at all. No,
It
it's
is
not.
true.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it is.
No way.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Didn't they get swept by the Spurs? Oh yeah. Yeah. LeBron did get
Was
swept.
it
Yeah.
was it a sweep or was it 4-1?
Exactly. And who do they have on that team? Anderson Varejao, Daniel Gibson.
Look, and now you guys pissed off my girlfriend. She says, "Hey, I got him that shirt."
How fitting.
It was 4-0. They got swept by the Spurs. Well, you can't even come with your own damn stats. You're wrong about your own shit.
I said he got swept 3 straight in the first round. LeBron never got swept in the first round.
Oh my god.
Facts.
So now it's
Facts,
because it was the
facts,
first
facts.
round. And because Jordan was coming up, Jordan was young, Jordan was still learning, and not only that,
LeBron
but
wasn't
Jordan
young.
was getting
LeBron was
murdered.
18.
But LeBron was getting murdered.
High
Jordan
school,
was getting murdered
bro.
every time he went and
Not
tried to
get
play and was
swept.
still scoring
3
40
straight.
points a game.
Jordan had to go to college. LeBron went right to the pros.
Yeah.
Well,
Seriously.
right,
If
because the
LeBron-
rules back
if
then
LeBron
said he
went
had
to
to.
Jordan
college-
couldn't even make his high school basketball team.
Oh, he was only 4'10"
Yeah.
then.
I bet
finally
you
got a growth spurt in
his high
college.
school coach wants that one back.
I bet you he doesn't.
The East sucked major whale penis for years when LeBron was there. Pistons, and that's it. It's
Who did Mike? All right,
it's true.
Matthew Scott.
It's true.
Who did MJ besides the Pistons beat that had more than one Hall of Famer on it ever?
The Magic or the Lakers? The Lakers in 92 or 91?
But that was after the Pistons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan couldn't beat the Magic. That's a
That's what I
fact.
said.
What? Couldn't beat the Magic.
Facts. He couldn't beat the Magic. Shaq and Kobe swallowed Jordan up. Pippen, Horace Grant couldn't beat the Celtics.
Jay, which side are you
I'm
on?
on everybody's side. I'm on the side where
Jay right now is that guy
Is
who
that
when
the
when you're in a bar, Jay's right now, hey,
I'm
I got your back, I got your back, and then he goes and whispers in the other guy's ear. You hear what this motherfucker just said?
I'm the instigator.
That's my
LeBron
job.
couldn't beat the Magic, he says.
Jordan couldn't either.
Okay.
That was proven.
Shaq and Penny swallowed them whole.
Oh my God.
Shaq was dunking all over.
It was
him.
after
Penny was
Jordan had
making him
just
look
taken 2
stupid
years
by averaging
off.
25 points a game on him. I'm just
Look
going
at the
back and
series.
forth.
LeBron had the best record in the NBA, I believe. It got beat 4-2 against the Magic.
Hey, like I said, I never said that LeBron was better than Michael Jordan. I just said LeBron's sitting at the table. That's That's what I said.
He doesn't want to have this fight. I came at you with more than just rings. You want to talk about rings? We'll talk about rings too. But I came at you with all these numbers. There's so many numbers that LeBron hasn't even eclipsed yet. He's played 3 more years than Jordan.
If you give me a game for my life, my soul's going to the devil.
Oh, you're about to die then.
No, I'm taking Jordan.
You're about to die then.
So I'm going to die? Because I'm taking Jordan.
Who you taking? Oh, now you're taking Jordan?
I'm taking Jordan in a life or death. But I'm taking LeBron in a whole career. If I'm starting a franchise right now, we take those stats away from him and everything, and just, I'm taking LeBron. I will take that career over, don't get me wrong, MJ put up solid numbers, but I want to see it.
Solid numbers? He put up the greatest numbers.
But I want to see more than just...
He put up numbers that nobody else in the NBA history has ever done, and he did it multiple times.
But he had to take breaks in between. LeBron does it every year after year.
Jordan,
I'm not saying Jordan probably wouldn't have, but I didn't see that, and I'm going off of what have you done.
So because your parents didn't have sex till like 1998, you didn't get to see Jordan play because you're only like 20 years old.
I'm a 90s baby. All right, I'm 30 now. I don't like to admit it, but. I saw a year or two of Jordan while I was shitting my diaper, but other than that, it's all highlights. But like I said,
that's the problem. That's the problem, and that's the problem when you get to the LeBron Jordan debate.
You're right. That is the problem.
People who did not get to see.
People see the highlights and see 6-0, and they go with Jordan. But if
saw
his career,
people that didn't see Jordan, people that didn't watch Jordan and watch his greatness, they didn't understand what the hell he was and what the hell he went through to get there.
If you didn't have Jordan, you wouldn't have LeBron. But Jordan is what
I'll
made
tell you
LeBron
right now,
LeBron.
With as gifted as LeBron is, 100%. LeBron should be ashamed of himself that he doesn't have better numbers or more titles. If you're that gifted and you are that damn good, why aren't you leading your team to more titles?
He should have more titles, but at the same time, he's going against super teams. When he went against the Warriors and lost the first time, he did not have Love. He did not have Irving. He then beat them the next following year when they had.
Okay, so you're saying he needed those guys to win, right?
No, I'm saying he didn't.
What?
Have
No. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Jordan didn't win before Pippen, but LeBron didn't win without anybody either.
If he didn't have B.J. Armstrong, there'd be no titles for Jordan.
He didn't come back from a 3-1 deficit against a super team like LeBron did.
Jay's getting muted for 30 seconds for just saying I can't.
What is this, around the horn?
I don't understand. B.J. Armstrong, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I can't even.
Whatever.
What do you mean, Bill Cartwright?
How come nobody talks about Tim Duncan? Look, Tim Duncan was great, but he's not even. He's not Jordan. He's not Kobe. He's not Wilt.
He's definitely one of the top 5 bigs to play, though.
I agree, though. Jordan and LeBron are sitting at the head. No, they're not.
Thank you.
Scottie Pippen's a top 50 player all time.
If
Kyrie Irving is not. Kevin Love is not. Dwayne Wade
neither is Scottie Pippen. Neither is Scottie Pippen.
Too.
No, he's not.
Bullshit.
No, he's not.
Like I said, man, my whole argument is they're sitting at the same table. That was my argument.
If he's sitting at the table, it's in a high chair.
Bullshit. Hey,
I don't care if Jordan's feeding him little baby food, but they're still sitting at the same table.
Nah.
They're fighting over that top chair at the top of the table.
Yeah, I know Tim Duncan's got 5, Jeremy, but look, those Spurs teams that were winning, I mean, I put a lot of that on Popovich and that system.
How many games did Popovich play? How many times did he dribble the ball?
I think Popovich is probably one of the best coaches of all time, and I think that Popovich's
I think Phil Jackson's up there too, though.
Was there during a down time for the NBA as well. I mean, the Spurs were dominant but there were really no other dominant teams in the league. It was the Spurs and everybody else during that time. So I like Tim Duncan a lot. I really do. I don't know why. I think it's just because he was so quiet and because he played in San Antonio that people didn't really get to see him as much
Small
or
market
get
team.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
big
when he
fundamental.
first came up, he wasn't even the main attraction in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
you had Robinson there.
Yeah, you had Duncan. You had Robinson. You had, and then even as he got older, I mean, you still had
The Admiral, baby.
Ginobili. You had all these guys on those teams, and then Popovich was just a genius. He was like, to me, I liken Popovich to Bill Belichick. He was just a genius, and he did things that nobody else did. A lot like when oh Jesus Christ, how am I gonna forget his damn name? Head coach of the Bulls. God damn it.
Jackson.
I like Phil Jackson did when he came up with and they started running the triangle offense. That's a lot like what Popovich did. But Popovich came in and started doing things his way, and that's when they started winning. Man, that's a good question, man. Is Tim Duncan in the top 5 players of all time?
I think we, and Coombs, I think you could test. We look at the flashy, the Michael Jordan plays, the LeBron plays, and Duncan was an all-around player, but his specialty was defense. Like we said, we had Ginobili, which would take over the game for them offensively if they needed it. You had Parker, who was a hell of a point guard, dishing it out left and right. But yeah, he was a hell of a rebounder, but that's not what grabs our eyes.
I mean, he averaged 19 points a game, shot 50% from the field. So I think that might be what it is. You don't really. I mean, he's not even numbers wise. He's just not there. I mean, granted, he was there for the titles, but hell, I mean, if that's the case, then you got to put guys like Bill Wennington and because they won a lot of titles too, on the coattails of great teams.
Yeah, I don't quite have Shaq at the table, and
yeah,
and he's better than Duncan. So, but
Yeah.
they're right there for big guys. If you set up a big guys table, he's there.
Did you see when they did their top 5 on the NBA on TNT, and Charles Barkley didn't have Shaq as one of the top 5 centers of all time?
That's because Charles Barkley don't like Shaq. That's why.
Shaq said, "All right, Charles, you wait till I get on set, and then I'm gonna see you." Charles Barkley's just sitting there. Look, that's a great set. But look, that's a man.
I want to see a UFC fight between those two. I'd pay big bucks for that.
That'd be classic.
Shaq versus Barkley.
Shaq would destroy Barkley.
Exactly why I want to see it. I hate Barkley. Fucking fat.
I think you could honestly put Shaq in your top 5 players of all time though.
No.
You got because you got Kobe, you got Wilt, you got Russell, Bron,
Jordan.
you got MJ. I mean,
Shaq would murder Wilt.
No, what?
Shaq would murder Wilt Chamberlain.
Are
Next
you
time-
on out?
60-second mute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shaq
All right. And with
would
that, we are going to
murder
go to a quick break, and then when we come back, we will get back into this. Get back into some more of your comments, guys. Keep it coming. Lots of fire coming out of the comments section. I even see people commenting from YouTube, which you do not see a whole lot. I love watching the YouTube viewers, guys. If you have not gone to YouTube yet to click subscribe, definitely get on YouTube, click subscribe. We are almost to 100. Last I checked, we were at 90. Hoffy is stealing people's phones and subscribing. I saw it put on somebody's story on Facebook
Smash that
the other day.
button.
Smash that subscribe button. Do what you got to do. Get us to 100 so we can get that URL so we can be easier to find on YouTube and get more viewers here. More comments, guys. Keep coming with it. We will be back. Give us 90 seconds.
Shaq murders Wilt.
I ain't going to take the bait. I ain't coming vaccinate. I can read between the lines. Then the gate don't have to say 12 and 80. Listen, I wasn't born yesterday. That's the day my mama wrote me. Thank God that ain't yesterday. Gather around, pull up a check. We gon' have a check today. Cause it's about to get messy, that's why I ain't dressy. I'm about to spill the beans long as the internet. Left me skating on something ice, so could call the kid risky. I believe in Jake Chris, I ain't scared of death. Bet me every dollar in your bank account, Billy. You have to kill me, boy, I really let you tip me. I really hope you feel me, cause I'm really being serious. I bought a nut million, the safety over my safety. Please don't try, Billy. Bitch, you know you don't care about no time, people. Only thing you care about is who supplying needles. Rich get rich and poor get sick of crying out to Jesus. It's the power run, love a dollar signs is evil. I ain't stupid, I know what the hell you do. Hell no, I won't do it just because you tell me to. Man, no, I don't give a damn, make it mandatory. Hell no, I ain't fucking with your plan in the store. Okay, let me calm down. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this really won't happen. And maybe my dick will grow as big as the
All right, that's our boy Mises. That guy, man. Look, man, if you guys have not checked him out, Jay, I know that that you said you listen to him. Hoffy, you heard of Mises too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy is phenomenal. I love this guy's stuff. Also, if you guys have not checked it out yet, check out the Man Hour After Dark. I'll be on there tonight after our show. On the All Access Sports Network as well. We're doing Monday through Thursday. Me and Michael Buckheister. It was off the hook last night. People are chiming in all over the place saying we should change it because you got two redheads in there. Change it to the Ginger Hour or the Red Rocket Hour. I even
Hey.
who was it?
Settle down.
Mike Reeves said something about you should name it the, I forget what he had it as, but he even came up with a logo for it and everything. It was a football standing there with a red-headed wig on. Like it, hey, we have some stuff coming in, but you guys check us out. Man Hour After Dark. Me and Michael Buckheister. We love to yell at each other. We're gonna talk about some things that football and baseball need to do to change up their seasons next year. So check us out right after the show. Let's see here. Get into some more comments.
Red Mamba.
The
Facts.
Red Mamba. Scalabrini.
He was in Chicago too. You know him.
Scalabrini is definitely on the Mount
Scal
Rushmore.
for 3.
That's a fact.
Scalabrini, he probably is on the Mount Rushmore of redheaded players in the NBA.
Number
I think
one.
I think there's only been one.
Number one.
I mean, you got Andy Dalton and Red Rocket. He's going to lead the Dallas
but he's
Cowboys
not
to
in
the
the
NFC
NBA.
East.
Look, that's what I said last night too. People are out there saying, "Oh, you got the Red Rocket." Look, there's only one Red Rocket, and that's me. I am the Red Rocket, and then there's the rest of them.
I've seen you play softball. I'll call you the Noodle Rocket, if anything.
Oh, all right. We got jokes. All right. I ain't even going to say nothing. I can't say nothing because when it comes to softball, you've got me outnumbered.
I am the GOAT.
I don't know about that, but you're pretty damn good.
Oh, I am far away from the GOAT.
I
give
play
that
with some
to Ryan
guys
Hadley.
like Rob LeBron and
Oh yeah, he's a I gotta say he's probably. I've never seen someone. I'm a hell of a baseball player. I'll give myself that. And my very first modified game was against the Mug and Rob LeBron, and I come up batting lefty, and he's 2 feet from me. Playing third base, and I looked at him, and I literally said, "I'm gonna drive this down your throat." And he looked at me and said, "Bring it."
Yeah, he's insane.
And I brought it, and he fucking took it.
Yeah,
I mean, he is there's
He's
no
a
getting
stud.
by him.
I had
sure.
a guy on my team that Rob LeBron did not get along with, and I forget what they just started jawing back and forth, and he came up to bat, and LeBron said, "Watch this." Takes his glove off at third base, and says, "Go ahead. I don't need my glove for this one." My guy hits a rocket to third, and LeBron barehands it and throws it to first for the out. I was like, I think I should hang up my cleats in my glove right now because that was the filthiest thing I ever seen. Especially when somebody's talking junk to you and you go and
Nicest
do that
guy
to
in
them.
the world.
That's the gangster move, man.
Yeah, nicest guy in the world until you
Yeah,
piss him off, and yeah, for sure.
yeah, absolutely, man.
His wife is a hell of a ball player too. I don't know if you've ever seen his wife play.
She's a beast. She won a national championship not too long
Oh
ago.
yeah,
with,
I think she was All-American or whatnot.
Yeah, she. I think she played D1, but I'm not sure. But she's really good. She hits the ball further than I do. I can't hit a home run from second base. I've
that's
seen her
not
launch.
Not hard to do.
No, it's true. It's good. Good point.
with that noodle.
Jay, how the hell do you know? You ain't never seen me play.
I just, I could just tell. I could
Yeah,
just
all
tell.
right.
We're gonna
You
have
and
to
I
get
can
a
get on
triple,
the field if you want.
triple shot nation tournament.
You don't want that. I hit bombs.
Yeah, all right.
Bombs.
You know the fence that's behind you at home plate doesn't count, right?
I do. I do.
All right, sounds good.
We don't use steel bats anymore either, Jay. All wood.
All wood.
Buck Heister chiming in. My co-host on a Man Hour After Dark says, I am the GOAT. Buck is greater than Stephen A. I won Class C slow pitch worlds a few years back. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I don't believe that for a second.
No, me either.
No, not 1 second. I mean, were you playing in Class C Special Olympics?
I mean, I have my own three-peat in modified state championships. Does that put me in LeBron, Jordan's category?
No. I mean, you might be serving water to LeBron and them boys, but
I'll take it. If I'm hanging out with LeBron or if I'm serving that table, I'll take it.
I mean, they were winning A division, B division titles. Yeah, they man, that mug team. I hated playing against them in Franklin.
I loved
ridiculous.
playing against them. That was the only pitcher that I thought was somewhat decent in my career.
I hit Jake pretty well, actually.
He is the only person that I will not take the first strike against because I'm not giving him that opportunity. Yeah. I'm not striking out. So I'm coming up there and I'm swinging at that first one with him for sure.
I used to hit him pretty well. I used to also hit LeBron's dad pretty well. That's why he picked me up for a couple years there with A and B vending before they, went their ways and then they became the mug and everything. But or they joined the mug anyway. But yeah, he used to throw a knuckleball and he was crazy. But I hit him pretty well too. I like hitting knuckleballers. But let's see, what's he say here? Best left center ever. I still don't believe you.
Coombs, what position do I play?
You're a shortstop.
Yeah. Oh, come on. And left center, and I'd take him to school.
Oh, yeah, left center too. But you were the nastiest shortstop I've ever seen. Then you and Bjorn. Bjorn was up there too. Bjorn's a pretty nice.
I like playing with Bjorn. Yeah, when I won of the state championships, he played center field and I was shortstop. And then if I pitched, he would come into short.
Yeah, and he won Worlds with I can't remember, a few years back. He won Worlds with as a center fielder as well. 9
top five softball players. Go.
Top 5 softball. Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. We can go though.
He's obviously got him at number 1.
Exactly. I'm number
If you're
1.
fifth
Number
best,
2.
You are in
3,
Jordan's
4,
class.
and 5.
Get out of here, Mike. Oh my God. I'm gonna yell at him after our show. You guys should tune into that and chime in a little bit.
Getting you going.
Who's better, Dad, Hoffy or Baez? Well, I mean Baez. He's still playing, and Hoffy's sitting on YouTube with me. So
I'm still playing.
I'm gonna go with Javier Baez. What are you playing on PlayStation?
I'm playing out here in California with all the,
How you playing with your torn rotator?
Huh?
How you playing with a torn rotator cuff?
I'm a man.
Are you?
He played in Jordan's era.
Yeah.
No, I they finally made the right decision and put the shortest person on the team at first base.
Oh,
yeah, every time I come up to bat, batie un home run, amigo.
I struck out looking on a guy that did that stupid double arm windmill. So you're talking about you, Trip.
I've never struck out in my life.
Not once.
Not in modified softball.
Really?
Yeah, no. And if you do that bullshit pump fake, just ask Ryan Lawless. I'm gonna shoot middle on you. I took one guy's nuts off.
And you, Trip?
Yep.
Those guys are crazy, man.
We were down 20 runs. Me and Ryan went to this tournament with a bunch of guys, and we were not very good. We were down 20 runs in like the bottom of the 7th. We had no chance of winning. 3 balls, no strike. The guy couldn't throw me a pitch, anywhere close. It's slow pitch. I'm swinging at anything. And he comes up there and starts pump faking like this. And I looked at Ryan. I go, oh, no, he didn't. And Ryan goes, oh, shit. And yeah, I full on drove it right back up the middle and hit him right in the nuts. The guy dropped like a bad habit. The first baseman goes, maybe we should let them come back and we'll shoot their pitcher. I said, go ahead. I'll gladly pitch. Bring it. I was going to pull Lebron if I had the chance.
Oh, fucking Hoffy. That's what you get when Hoffy's on your team, though. You need a guy to talk some shit. That's Hoffy.
Absolutely.
That's the guy right
I'm
there.
the J.R. Smith of the the Cavaliers. Need someone
All right.
stupid? Sign me up.
So since I clearly beat you down and I clearly won the LeBron versus Jordan debate because Jordan is the GOAT.
Notice how I put LeBron's name first, though, because
That's just because you and the 10 fans that chimed in were your kids.
I don't know. Your brother chimed in there and told you to stop. Somebody else called you a puppy. Matthew Scott agreed with me. Let's see. Jeremy Wilder agreed with me. Stanley agreed with me.
I'll take all of them one-on-one.
Seth James agreed with me.
Seth doesn't count. He don't count. He's the worst. We want to talk about top 5 knuckleballers in softball history. Like, he's not even there. We talk about the worst 5. That's Steph. Steph's number 1.
Oh, I hope he's still watching.
I'm taking his shit deep all day. Bombs, bat flips, and even some fat chicks.
Oh,
yeah, there we
shit.
go.
Oh,
Don't forget about the fat chicks.
It's like Ryan Lawless. So you bring him in to pitch for you when you're, about to win a state championship, and you decide, hey, we'll let this guy pitch, and then all of a sudden you're getting walked off.
The complete opposite of Nick Foles.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. So we've got some MLB stuff going on too. You guys, Jay's boys, the Houston Astros, are down 2-0, about to go down 3-0 and get swept against the Tampa Bay
Minor
Rays.
step back for a big comeback, baby.
They ain't coming back.
Stros are coming
This ain't
back.
the 04 Red Sox. Come on.
They are dead.
Settle down.
The Tampa Bay Rays are going to sweep that series. Stanley, Hoff, you sure talk a lot of shit on the computer screen. I remember you being awfully quiet.
Maybe those overnight tournaments at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning.
I will say, Stan, I have to admit, I've never met Hoffy at any point where he was quiet. So I will say that much. Oh, man. All right,
now he's messaging me.
At any rate, you've got
Keep up the good work, Red Mamba.
You've got the Tampa Bay Rays about to go up and hopefully sweep the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves, man. So the Dodgers are reeling, and not only were they reeling, but then they lost Kershaw. Kershaw got scratched for tonight. It's that back again. Kershaw on that back. I don't know if it was his back or if he saw the Atlanta lineup and was like, nah, I'm good.
I think he looked at that Atlanta lineup and he was just like, my back hurts.
Yeah, not today. Today.
Atlanta's up 6-0 in the 7th. So they're gonna go win that one, go up 2-0. They gonna sweep?
Braves?
Yeah. I mean, look, you already got past Bueller. Kershaw didn't want to pitch against you, so he said he had a bad back. What do they have left to throw at you? I
would think that Dodger lineup could at least get one,
That Atlanta pitching staff's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. But, even the best pitching staffs get knocked around every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got of their 6 games, I think they got 4 quality starts. I got to probably, they got to have one blimp in the radar, I think. And, I think the Dodgers only have 3 home runs this postseason. I think Mookie Betts and Bellinger, have a game or 2. I'm going to go with just 1. I don't think they sweep, but I think they pull out 1 game. I think they have an offensive showing. Maybe they go down 3-0 and Atlanta kind of just takes a deep breath and relaxes and kind of gives one up. But I don't see this going past 5.
So Braves still haven't lost yet in the playoffs, and if they go up against Tampa Bay, I believe Tampa Bay, if they sweep, would have only lost the 1 game or 2 games against the Yankees.
2 games, yeah.
So To me, that's the best series you could get out of all the teams that are left. I think the best ones that you have left are Tampa and Atlanta. I think that would be the best series out there. Even though Jay is a Houston Astros fan and wants to see the Houston Astros win the World Series just because he wants to see my head explode.
Well, and not only that, it's just would be the best thing for baseball right now.
It would not be the best thing for baseball right now, Jay. I already laid down one beatdown tonight. Do you want me to lay down another one?
Oh, we can do this.
How is it good for baseball if the Houston Astros win?
Because
what? You can't just say because. Because what?
Just think about it.
At least I had an argument.
I was coming. I said because, pause, and then I was coming with it.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
Ahead.
So check it out. So this team that last year supposedly cheated, in which they did. Yes, they did. But it'd just be amazing for them to come back this year and beat all the haters, all the people that were just like, oh, this team, just a bunch of cheaters. They can't play baseball. No, and then they come back and they win the World Series. It would just be a better storyline than having Atlanta or Tampa Bay win it. It would just be a better storyline.
Jay, how much baseball do you watch?
I'm not saying I watch a lot of baseball, man.
Okay.
I definitely don't watch a lot of baseball, but for me, the average person that just watches here and there, I'd rather just see something like that happen rather than have the Tampa Bay Rays win it.
First of all, it was 2 years ago that they cheated, not last year. They didn't cheat last year. They cheated 2 years ago, 2017, 2018.
My bad.
They cheated
2 years ago, whatever. Same difference.
And this year they were 2 games under 500, I believe. Oh, really, Hoffy?
Sorry, it's my mom.
I believe.
Hi, Mom.
The only one that will call you. We've got, especially after that beat down there, like, yeah, we don't know.
Jesus, you're awfully full of yourself tonight.
Right?
The only beat down you're freaking laying down is your wife beating you.
Well, maybe. But anyway,
sorry, Michelle.
The Houston Astros hit, like, I think 225 as a team this year. So not only were they under 500, they couldn't hit. They didn't have anything going for them. They did get a little hot, but they did play against the A's and the Twins, who, let's face it, every year they find a way to choke in the playoffs. So the Houston Astros did not come out and do anything that would tell you that they are a good team or could even hang with this Tampa Bay Rays team, which Tampa Bay's proven that Houston cannot hit good pitching unless you're banging on trash cans for them.
Yeah, and they should bring the trash cans out. I mean, whatever's clever, man, you know? No, I just think it'd be a better storyline. That's just me, though, you know.
I'm a big proponent, and Hoffy, I haven't gotten your take on this. I'm a big proponent of the steroid era. I'm okay with it. I have no problem with the steroid era, and here's the reason why I have no problem with the steroid era is because baseball knew. Baseball knew that these guys were juicing. Baseball made billions of dollars off these guys juicing and then made them the scapegoat once everything came out in the open and kind of washed their hands of these guys, which is absolutely stupid. To me, Barry Bonds is the greatest player to ever play the game of baseball. He's better than Babe Ruth. And I'll argue that to the day that I die. But what the Houston Astros did was on a whole nother level. What the Houston Astros did was use technology to watch the signs, watch what guys were throwing, and then tell you what was coming by banging on trash cans. It's a completely different story. There's a reason why there's a rule against it. There's been a rule against it. There was not a rule against steroids. There was a rule against using freaking technology to enhance your chance of stealing signals. There is
Major League Baseball needs the Houston Astros to win the World Series like they needed Mark McGwire during the steroid era.
They need the Houston Astros to win like you need to go sleep with a hooker in Tijuana who's got chlamydia. You don't need it at all.
MLB ratings are going to drop if they win. I think MLB ratings.
The only thing that will happen,
if they go to the World Series, nobody's watching.
If Houston wins, the only thing that will happen if Houston wins is everybody will be joyous, and the world will come together, and everything will change, and everything will be great from there on out.
And
See?
No, he's
Thank
not.
you.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations. The one person that thinks you're right is Michael Buckheister.
Hey,
That shows how wrong you are.
hey, get it right. Get it right. It's
Get
the
it right.
Buck, all right? The Buck.
Oh man, I love you, Buck.
And
but
I am right.
You're out of your mind.
And I am right.
Hoffy, you want in on this?
I mean, you could do as much steroids as you want. That doesn't help you hit a fastball any better than, you know.
Hey, either way, it's cheating, right?
It's not though. It wasn't bad. It
And
is
what-
now,
if
but it
it's
wasn't
not
back
in the
then.
yeah, if it's not in the rule book, you can't call it cheating. I mean, that's
And especially when baseball is knowingly promoting it. Baseball
So
knew
why-
that these guys.
so-
You knew Sosa was how many? Sosa was your size when he went into the league,
So
and
was
then
it Barry
by the time he exactly, and so was Barry Bonds. But Barry Bonds, the difference between Sosa and Barry Bonds is that Sosa needed the steroids to be better and hit the home runs. Because without the home runs, Sosa wasn't nothing. But without the home runs, Barry Bonds was still a Hall of Fame baseball player. Barry Bonds was winning Gold Glove after Gold Glove. He was hitting over 300. He was 40-40. He was the best ball player to ever step on a Major League Baseball field.
He was a Hall of Famer before all that. For
Absolutely.
Sure. And it just sucks. And it just sucks for him because that's all he gets is steroid error. But if you put his numbers up before he actually started getting bigger and started doing the steroids, he was already in the Hall of Fame. But
that's why as a Cubs fan, I believe that Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer, but I believe Sammy Sosa is not. Just like I don't think Mark McGwire is a Hall of Famer either.
Well, McGwire did have a bunch of good seasons before he started juicing as well, though.
He was juicing as a rookie. What do you mean? He came up as a rookie. He was juicing with Canseco.
The Bash brother.
He was
Everybody
juicing
was
from the day
juicing
he
with
came into the
Canseco.
league.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he was juicing as he came into the league, and without the home runs, you take the home run numbers away. So that's how I would divvy up the steroid era, especially when it comes to the Hall of Fame. You take away the home run numbers, what are you? Sammy Sosa is a subpar right fielder, and he would probably forget to turn his phone off just like Hoffy does, so we hear it ring all show long. But Sammy Sosa was a subpar outfielder. He couldn't, if it wasn't hitting a home run, he wasn't doing anything. I've never seen a guy strike out more than Sammy Sosa back in the day. And that guy struck out like 60 times in September one year while they were in a pennant race. Sosa is not a Hall of Famer. Neither is McGwire. Bonds is a Hall of Famer. I mean, you look at some of these other names that were in the steroids. These guys are Hall of Fame. You can't tell me, and people will yell at me all the time. Hoffy might yell at me for this too, because you can't yell at him because he's when it comes to baseball, he's every white fan's freaking god. But there is no way that Cal Ripken Jr. was not juicing. There's no way he wasn't. There's no way Ken Griffey Jr. was not juicing. Frank Thomas was juicing.
Leave Griffey alone.
Yeah,
everybody in that era.
Griffey out of this.
Everybody in that era was juicing. Every
Griffey
single one of them.
juicing.
Now I'm getting heated.
Can you prove that he was juicing?
First of all, Griffey was juicing. Because when they started testing for it, he put on like 60 pounds, and they caught him falling asleep in the dugout. What do you mean?
So what? He was just smoking. He was just smoking the good.
How do you know he wasn't just doing a little line
Griffey
here and there,
was
and he had to lay off
juicing.
that?
There's no way Cal Ripken played all those games in a row without juicing. Everybody in that era was juicing, and if you weren't, you were in the minor leagues. It's just a fact.
If there's one player that I did not get to see that I would do anything to go back and see, like live, definitely Barry Bonds. That was one player I always wanted to see, and never really got the opportunity to see him play.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I still don't think Ken Griffey Jr. was juicing.
Jeremy Wilder, the best sports city is
Boston.
Ooh.
Hands down. What are you gonna come with your whack Chicago?
Dude,
what do you guys have?
No.
What do you have?
Now listen to me.
We got 6 NBA championships. We got 1 MLB championship.
This is why nobody likes Boston fans. Right here. Because you didn't even let me finish talking. I was going to tell you, I've been to, so when it comes, especially Major League Baseball, when it comes to that, I've been to every stadium in the league with the exception of 5. So I've seen a lot of sports fans. I've been around a lot of different sports fans. Boston, Chicago, and New York are all tied for first. because
There's no such thing as all tied for first.
What do you mean?
So what now? You want me to give you? So when you
if you have three teams
you and
finish
Hoffy just went at it. You and Hoffy just went at it right there. You said you won, but I think you and Hoffy are tied for first. Should I give you a?
Yeah, but you're a
little
clown,
ribbon?
and your opinion doesn't matter in that point. So, look, I'm telling you, New York, Chicago, and Boston, I've been to all three of those cities, and nobody is more passionate about their teams than those three cities.
I don't know about New York now. Their teams have sucked for
Yeah,
years.
but they still show up. They still show up.
Soft, no?
The Mets still sell out. The Rangers still sell out. The
Because
Knicks
there's
still
9
sell
million
out.
people in the city, man.
But
If there was 9 million people in the city, of course you're gonna sell it out.
Yeah, there's 9 million people in the city of Boston. What do you mean? What are you talking about right now?
Not even close.
Jesus, bro. And you know what the thing with Boston fans is? You say that Boston doesn't sell out when their teams aren't winning. Boston fans jump off the bridge when their teams start losing.
No, that's not.
Watch and see. Watch and see what Foxborough looks like once the Patriots either don't re-sign Cam Newton or they're a 4-12 team. Watch and see how empty those seats are.
Did you see them? Did you see the morons?
Jam-packed every day.
No,
they were all excited for Jared Stidham. So no, I'm
just like next year, Fenway Park will be half empty.
It will not, because we're bringing Alex Cora back.
Right.
No, it'll be half empty.
We're bringing our cheater back.
We're going to be banging trash cans.
What about Veritek? What about Veritek in Boston? Get out of here! Get Kansas City, the best sports city.
I mean, maybe Arrowhead, but after that,
yeah,
I mean,
we're talking all sports.
We're talking about
John Rocker wasn't on roids; he just did meth.
Oh my lord, he was on everything imaginable.
Right,
he was foaming at the mouth.
Seriously.
Roids don't just add power; it's recovery. Exactly. They juice to recover because MLB season is. Ooh. Look, I don't know. That's something we'll have to get into. We'll get into that tonight.
60 games off that schedule.
Buck, you and me talk about that tonight on the Man Hour After Dark. We're going to talk about is baseball season too long, because I'm a baseball guy, man, and look, I love 162 games. I love the grind of the season. I love the beauty of the game. I love the chess matches. I hate the fact that you have to have a pitcher face 3 batters now. It's stupid because it takes away from the chess match. It takes away from the lefty on lefty matchup, the specialist.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing
It takes
ever.
away from the game. But I will say that there is a way that they can shorten the season and it'll still be all right for baseball purists like myself. So we'll talk about that on After Dark. So you guys that are chiming in now, if you guys want to hear some of that talk, chime into the Man Hour After Dark after TSS here on the All Access Sports Network. You can also find it on the TSS Facebook page, the Man Hour Facebook page, YouTube. You can find us. We'll be here right after the show. So, look, I'm telling you right now, let's get back into this, who's the best sports town. I really do think that Boston, Chicago, and New York are really all the same. Like, I've been to all of them, and I've seen games, whether it's football. I've been to football games at both. I've been to hockey at both. I've been to baseball at both, or all three, I should say. And all three, I mean, it's just the atmosphere is great. It's amazing. To me, the best 2 ballparks in baseball are still Fenway and Wrigley, just because they're the old stadiums. You got the classic feel. Everybody loves going to a game. I had no more fun at any games ever than I did on top of the Monster, watching the Cubs and the Red Sox go at it. So look, I love it. I love the passion. But
Coombs, I got one for you.
What's that?
Seattle.
Football. Only for football. They don't care about their basketball teams. They don't care. They're not going to care about the Kraken hockey team.
I forgot about that. Yeah. No, yeah. I just was asked because that's up in the middle of nowhere. But at the same time, I know their football team's always big no matter what. But you guys, you're a baseball fan. I didn't know about the Mariners.
They did cause an earthquake.
That's true.
They did cause an earthquake during a football game.
What about the Timbers? You forgot about the Seattle Timbers.
Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer when he was playing in Pittsburgh before he got big. Agreed.
Facts. Yep,
Agreed.
that's true. Definitely
Look,
was.
I say that I love I love Seattle. The Mariners, they don't draw well. The Mariners do not draw well at all. That's a beautiful stadium too. I've been there twice. That's a beautiful stadium. I really love the Safeco up there. That's a whole lot of fun. The ballpark up there, Hoffy, where you're at up in San Francisco, is
It's gorgeous.
yeah, it's gorgeous. One that I haven't been to yet that I really want to get to is Pittsburgh. That backdrop
Yep.
of the city behind it, I think
Yep.
that would be fun to just sit behind home plate, even if it's in the upper deck. I think that'd be a fun game to go and see live. I hear their fans are pretty good too, but I haven't seen any.
You've been to
games in
Coliseum?
Pittsburgh. I have.
I saw
That's a dump.
yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a funny shit show. I saw Sean Manaea's no hitter against Chris Sale, my Red Sox. Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, wasn't for you, but
Yeah, not for me.
it's still a pretty good experience. I mean,
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
to witness
Get to
a
see a
no hitter
no-no.
live. Yeah, you get to
Yeah.
see a no hitter live. I mean, I think I'm not a Red Sox fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I think one of my favorite live memories was being I was there for Mark Loretta's Patriots Day walk off, and he left Big Poppy on deck. So that's it was one of my favorite live sports moments, and I'm not even a Red Sox fan. So when you get to experience something like that, it's pretty cool. I've seen a couple of perfect games, but they're on college level type stuff. I've seen some. I was there for the Chicago Wolves when they won the Calder Cup back in like 1998. You still like to see stuff, cool experience, because that's what you go for as a sports fan. Yes, you want your team to win, but if you get to witness history, I mean, that's a bonus.
Yeah, if you're going to see him lose, you might as well see some sort of history out of it.
How about the worst sports fans? Miami or LA?
LA. I was just gonna say LA too.
I always give it
Talk
to
about
LA.
your
I
bandwagon
never
fans.
want to see a Los Angeles team ever win a championship ever again. They are Lakers fans. I'll give them that. Lakers fans are passionate. Lakers fans love their Lakers. Dodgers fans, any other sport, the Kings, they could care less. There's better things to do in LA than go see a baseball.
Nobody
game
cared about the
or a
Dodgers
hockey
until
game.
Magic Johnson took
Even
over it.
before that. I mean, they still even now. I mean, they're in the NLCS right now, and granted, there's no fans in the stands and all that other stuff. But even if they were in LA, they don't show up till the third inning. They leave before the seventh inning. They are the worst fans I've ever seen. St. Louis fans are pretty bad. I've been to
Typical
a couple
Cub
games
fan.
with the Cardinals. No, it's just they're horrible fans because they're ignorant about the game. Like they just don't understand the game, and then they want to talk crap all the time. They're awful fans. Raider fans are awful too. Raiders fans are just going there to fight people.
Oh, I work.
I cannot stand Raider fans. Oh my god.
I work in Raider Nation, so try living in it.
Wow, man.
Did you see opening night in Las Vegas and the Raiders fans were fighting on the strip already?
I kid you not. Like all my buddies out here and coworkers and stuff, they'll post like their Facebook pictures and they're in the street and like looking like they're going to I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean shooting or something, movie shooting or something. Like they're not anyone I want to run into.
No, man, not at all. All right, guys.
You don't want to see some Raiders fans in a dark alley. That's a fact.
I made friends with all of them.
And then you guys come back with us. Keep the comments coming. Keep letting us know what you guys want to talk about. We will keep chiming in. We will keep talking about it. We will get to a little bit of way or no way as well here in just a few moments. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Opened up my emotions just to make me a pussy. Tell the trolls keep trolling. Bet your ass won't push me. All your ass do is push keys. You exciting my demons. Even demons scared of me. Only fight when I'm sleeping. God, why am I breathing? Got no rhyme and no reason. That's the reason I rhyme. Niggas finding my season. I ain't tired of y'all eating. I'm just tired of me starving. Actually, I'm being honest. I'm just tired of being calm. Bitch, I'm gonna rip a new hole in your whole operation. I run out of patience and run out of pages. To write that I run out of pages. I jump on the mic and go nuts on the stages. So fucking amazing that nothing amazes you motherfuckers anymore. Cause my cadence is never stay the same. Don't ever say my name. The hell out my way. Got the devil in my head. The devil's in my brain. Like whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Not gonna slow the flow down so you supposed to know what I'm saying until you replay this shit over and over. I'm only admitted and already said more than you say in one of your albums. Wow, I'm standing in the ring and ready to get it in. Let me know who want a problem. Holla, I ain't never read a fuck what you thought. More battles than you ever fought nowadays. 269 and then telling when they get caught. I'm sticking to the code. Jump before the sun, signal with the flow. Only getting hotter. About to hit the road. Trying to make these dollars. Getting book mode. Fuck everybody. It's my gun. Oh my gosh. To see me with the lights off. It's a motherfucking star. I said that on the first call. This was my first step home. A bitch you didn't know it. But now you fucking do. Cause you're all up. So here we go. Put the ass on the low. About to blow. Time to put the ass on the low. Hey, no, let 'em know. Gotta put the ass on the low. It's about to take over the globe, baby. No way they ain't gon' know. Here we go. From the go. I'ma put the ass on the low. About to blow. Time to put the ass on the low. Hey, no, let 'em know. Gotta put the ass on the low. It's about to take over the globe, baby. No way they ain't gon' know. That's hot. Fuck. Now I gotta do another verse. Lucky for me, you'll never see me run out of words. Fucking with me, should let it be. Now everybody's under the curse, like everybody's all in my business, but I don't think that ain't none of yours. World full of M-commies, internet full of zombies. Who don't know shit is that brass lit, and tweeting thinking they got me. All I need is one time, yes. Who I know it's not gonna change, whether we at the gram, yes. Who I got pockets to change. Time change, but I'm timeless. Swiped out like Thomas. So don't follow them trends, boy. I just follow you guys. Why you think my name is? Why you think I'm so blessed? Hip-hop done lost its soul. Why you think I'm up next? Cause I've been on the ground and I don't have no time for games. We are in 11th hour, yup, it's getting late. You can catch me in the kitchen cooking up a plate. Jesus on the way, I can't delay, too much to say. Dominoes knocking out, so you knocking. On that note, game on! Game on! He's wheeling, he's feeling. He shoots, he scores!
All right, guys, we're back. You know what that sound means? It means that we are ready to play our favorite game, and everybody knows that that means it is time for...
No way! Yes way!
I love that clip. All right, guys. So, way or no way here. Let's just get right into it. We've gotten into some talk here in the comments. We'll get back to those in just a moment. Just a couple of way or no ways here. Titans are about to beat the Buffalo Bills. It's 28-10 with about 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So unless something miraculous happens here, the Tennessee Titans are underrated. Hoffy? They are by twist.
Yeah, I mean, I had them number 8 coming into this week, but I had them upsetting Buffalo. So I guess I'm gonna have to probably switch them because I have Buffalo like 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you got to probably put them, around 6 because that's where I had Buffalo. So I'm gonna go with their underrated. But I'm still not a believer in Tannehill.
Yeah.
That's where I think that downfall is.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans are definitely an underrated team. I just think just with everything that's just surrounding them and, all the bad news that they've gotten this year that, they've kind of been written off, but they're still 3-0. I mean, they're about to beat Buffalo, who's 4-0. And did you see what Derrick Henry just did to Josh Norman, too?
Yeah.
He just picked him up and just shucked him across the field like he was nothing. Just
Derrick
a
Henry's a beast. Look, this is definitely a way. The Titans are very underrated. Like I said, before this game started, and I said last week when we were talking to the boys at Twist, the Buffalo Bills have the best front seven defense out there. There's nobody better. That Buffalo
Mhm.
Bills defense is very underrated. They're the best defense in the league, and Tennessee is doing their thing, and they're running all over them. And I know it's any given Sunday, well in this case Tuesday, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. So you can kind of give them a break, but maybe Tennessee's just that good. Maybe people
Yeah,
are
but
underrating them.
I do like the Bills' defense on paper, but they're 19 overall for defense and 29 for pass defense. So,
Yeah.
They do have a solid defense, but they need to show up for sure. Their rush defense is pretty solid, but that's the only part of their defense that's doing anything. So, they got I think it's White and Norman. So those cornerbacks need to show up.
All right. So then we talked about this as well a little bit earlier. We talked about MLB. And this last way or no way here, well, not last way or no way. This next way or no way is the Astros are done. Way or no way. Jay, we'll start with you.
No way. No way. But on the real though, they're probably done. But I mean, I would honestly like to see him win, man. I really would. I mean, I just think the storylines would be better. I just think everything about it would just be that much better, if the Houston Astros definitely won. But are they done? Probably. They're going to win one. Yeah, they'll at least win one. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to sweep them, but they're probably done.
They're up 1-0.
They're up 1-0, bottom second. I think that they're done. This is a way Stros are getting swept. If not, it's not going further than 5. They're done. Tampa Bay is just too good. I think Tampa Bay is the best team in the league, but I also think that Atlanta has the ability to go in there and upset them in the World Series. So I think it'll be a great World Series. But yeah, the Astros are definitely done. Hoffy?
I mean, I want to try and defend them, even though I don't like them. But yeah, unless the Tampa Bay Devil Rays pitching staff decides to, stay home and pull a Kershaw, and the Astros, just put up some, offensive numbers. I don't see that happening. So I think maybe they squeak out a game, maybe even 2 if they hit the jackpot. But that's as far as I can see it.
I get their pitching is just so deep, and even if one of their pitchers did take a day off, it'd be next guy up, and they'd still have somebody nasty to throw at you. So there's just no way. And then we have our final way or no way here. This final no way or no way is Hoffy got beat down in the Jordan LeBron debate, and I mean beat down. Way or no way? Jay?
No way. Hoffy didn't get.
Then you weren't listening.
Down. I was listening to the whole thing, and Hoffy did not get beat
at the
down.
table.
I mean, like I said, LeBron's at the table. Whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, he's at the table. I don't care if he's serving him the food or whatever. He's still at the table. Okay. He's there. So Hoffy did not get beat down. No way.
Fans, you guys let us know what you think. Way or no way, Hoffy got beat down. Hoffy, what do you think?
I'm not gonna say I got beat down, but I definitely lost. But I'm trying to, I'm trying to get some numbers here. Somebody's got to put in some work on LeBron's side. I mean, nobody wants to defend him. I might as well do some.
I'm going way. Kyle Huntoon says way. You got beat.
Fuck
down.
off, Kyle.
Strikeout Beer says, yo, what's going on, boys of Strikeout Beer? Rapid Dave and Alan joining the show. These guys are great. If you haven't checked out Strikeout Beer just yet, check out Strikeout Beer. They are a great show, great podcast. They say, yeah, F the Astros. Who wins the World Series, Braves or Rays? Look,
Astros.
I've said all year long that the Rays are the best team in baseball. And
after the Astros.
Stop it. The Rays are the best team in baseball, but I do think that the Braves are very strong. They're coming on. Their pitching is pitching in the playoffs much better than I thought that they would. So yeah, the Braves absolutely have a choice, but I would still pick the Rays. I'd pick the Rays, but I think I'd pick them in 7. Hoffy, what do you think?
I mean, they both have solid pitching staffs. Both, they both can hit, but I'm gonna go with Acuna and the Braves offense being just a. I don't think there'll be too much for the Rays, but I think there'll be enough to get it done for the Braves. I don't see the Rays. I see it definitely 7 games, but I think the Braves get it done.
Jay, if you say the Astros, I'm gonna throw you through the gym. Like I'm gonna choke you out through the computer. Jedi mind trick.
No, I'm gonna have to go with Hoffy with the Braves too. For the reasons he stated, and also I just think they just have a little bit more hitting than the Rays do.
Jeremy Wilder chimes in and says, "I hate Fenway. It's a toilet."
Jesus,
I disagree.
Jeremy,
Safeco Field is great. I love it. I saw the Sox there twice. Michelle says, "I'm going to pull a J and be in the middle. I'm not picking away or no way." Oh, look! You better hope Hoffy learned how to make you your scallop Alfredo that you like so much. You better pick away or no way.
I can make a mean chicken broccoli ziti Alfredo. I promise you.
No, she likes scallops and
I'll give her whatever she wants as long as she agrees with me over you.
I mean, it's probably gonna be cold by the time it gets here from San Francisco, though.
I'll airmail it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey.
Red Rocket.
You better come rub her feet tonight too, then.
No, I'll let you do that. I'll take care of the shoulders. You can do the feet.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Rex Ryan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So, still got stuff coming in. Jeremy Wilder says, "You may be a baseball guy, but baseball isn't trying to keep you because they already have you. They want the casual fans to stay, and unfortunately, some people think baseball is too slow and boring." I disagree, Jeremy. So, look, I'm a purist when it comes to baseball. I love the game. I love the purity of the game. I love the chess matches. I love all of those things. I love the nuances of the game. But baseball did need to change in some ways. I agree with the pitch clock. I agree when you're sitting there and it takes 2.5 minutes between strike 1 and pitch 2. It just, I mean, that's too much. I'm okay with the pitch clock. I'm okay with some of the things that they've changed in the game. I definitely think that they need automated umpires, at least automated strike zones. And to be honest with you, you really don't need umps anymore. If you go with video systems, I think tennis does it the right way. You have a line judge there, but you go to the video replay. The video can tell you whether a guy's out or safe, and they could do it quickly. They can tell you, and then you have the same strike zone no matter what. So I do think that there are things within the game that need to change, and I'm okay with them evolving to bring more fans in. There are some things that I do disagree with, though. Like I said, like I don't like the 3 batter minimum. I don't like the the limiting the mound visits, that type of stuff, because that takes away from the game. It takes away from strategy. If I'm out of mound visits, but I think the guy at second is stealing my signs, how do I go relay that to my pitcher? I'm out of mound visits. I can't go talk to the pitcher. It's stupid. And to do that, I think you take away from the game. You might be able to shorten the season, but go ahead.
You take away the need for a manager, really, and like you said, you eliminate that whole aspect of the game in the chess match, and bringing in a lefty to face a lefty, and then you bring in a righty for righty. I mean, back in the day when you had Ortiz and Manny Ramirez, you could lefty righty. Now you can't do that.
Right.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, and to me, when you have those matchups, I mean, you have specialists. So if I bring in my lefty to face, the best left-handed hitter in the game, say back in the day, you're talking about a Barry Bonds or a David Ortiz, you bring in a lefty to face those guys, and then their very next hitter is a power. Say you got a Mike Trout coming up next. who just demolishes left-handed hitting. Why can't I bring a right-hander into to pitch? It's stupid to me. It doesn't make sense. Baseball is going to lose a lot of its older fans. It's going to lose a lot of its purists by doing some of the things that they do. But those are a lot of the guys that I'm okay with going, because a lot of the unwritten rules and stuff that they want to have stay in the game, those also need to go too. If you don't like the guy who bat flips, but you're going to throw 103 at his head, I think he has the right to come out to the mound with a bat. You just hit him with a weapon. Why can't he hit you with one? So I don't agree with the unwritten rules. I don't agree with some of the stuff that they're doing. So I'm okay if you lose some of the purists. The game does need to evolve for sure, especially to gain some young viewers. It's just every sport has evolved, and they've done a great job of evolving, with the exception of baseball. And the other problem is they don't have they don't have the leadership there. You've got the absolute worst commissioner in pro sports I've ever seen. Have you ever seen a worse commissioner?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
the guy called the trophy a piece of metal. The guy is an absolute joke, and he's going to end up hurting the game of baseball more than he helps it, for sure.
Yeah, the way he handled that whole Astro situation. Sorry, Jay, I know they're your team, but that right there was enough.
Yeah, I mean, to not even punish any of the players was an absolute joke. Oh well, we told them if they told us what was going on, they wouldn't get in trouble. What do you mean? If you told me,
can I go murder somebody and if I admit to it, I'm good?
Hoffy, you just admit to it, you're good, buddy.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
what we need. We need to vote this guy in for like
President.
judge or something.
Yeah.
That way, if something happens, I'd be like, look, if I promise to tell you what happened, can I get away with it? Yes, I robbed that bank, and yes, I took all the money out of the safe. Okay, I'm not in trouble. Cool, sweet, I'm rich.
I'm rich.
Yeah, like
Awesome.
just absolutely horrendous, horrendous leader, and they need to do something about that, and they need to do it quick. Would you be okay, Hoffy, with shorter seasons in baseball? You're a baseball guy too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid and I didn't have, an everyday, routine to stick to, it was no big deal. But yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to kind of keep up with the 162 game season nowadays. And, I think you would have a lot more fans, willing to watch and such if it wasn't as long. I don't say maybe 100 games. But I think they definitely need to shorten it.
That's what I would go to, is probably about 100 games. 162 games. That's
Yeah.
every
Or maybe
single
122
day,
and start,
basically
maybe.
all summer long.
Yeah. See, man, I'm of the mindset, to me, there's no such thing as too much baseball. So like, I love the years. I look forward to the years that we have the World Baseball Classic, and then the 162 game regular season. I'm at a dead standstill after the end of the World Series and before spring training, because I miss the game. Like, I love football. I love hockey. I play hockey. I ref hockey. Like, I do love the game of hockey, but to me, baseball is for one, baseball is my escape. So even in the off season during the day, I have the MLB Network on TV, and I'm watching to see who moved where, or who got traded where, or who got signed, and all this other good stuff. So I miss the game when it's not there. So I'm kind of torn, because I also think that they could move from May to or from right now. I used to be like, great, I can get tickets for my birthday. I get opening day tickets. I can go to a game. Now opening day starting before my birthday, and my birthday is March 29th. Like, it's been absolutely insane how early that they're starting now. I think that they could push, as much as it pains me to say, I think they could push the start of the season to the end of April, beginning of May, and finish the season in early or mid-September, and then go on to a playoffs and have the playoffs done and the World Series over by the week before Halloween. No more November baseball. You don't want to see, and you got teams like Boston, New York, and Chicago, who are very good teams, but you don't want to see them playing in Chicago or in Boston or in New York in November when it's 25 degrees after 8 o'clock, and that's when the games are starting.
Right.
So
Well,
I'm
even
torn
at the
because I
beginning
don't want to see less, but I'd be okay if they did go less.
well, even at the beginning of the season too, when it's still snowing in some of these states, for instance, Boston, New York, any of the Chicago, Pittsburgh, any of these places that there's still snow falling on the ground, and you got them out there playing in friggin' 20-degree weather, and
Yeah. Hoffy, would you be okay, or Jay, would you be okay if instead of Facebook crashed on you, FYI. That's why I paused there. Okay, I guess Facebook stopped playing my stuff. So, at any rate, would you... I forgot where I was going with that. What were we just talking about? That threw me off a little bit.
Baseball, the season.
Oh,
Would
yeah,
we?
yeah. So, would you want to see spring training be the World Baseball Classic every year? Instead of a spring training, go into
I love the World Baseball Classic. So yes,
yeah, I like the World Baseball Classic too. I mean,
would it
I think
lose its luster if you did it every year?
Yeah, probably.
maybe every 2 years.
Every 2 years?
Every 2 years or so.
Yeah, I like the idea of that just being your spring training instead of. I mean, I get it. Not everybody gets to play and all of that stuff. So maybe you do still have to have a side thing, but
You could still have your practices. So you have your
Yeah.
spring training practices, and then you have your games for the people that are actually good enough to play for their country.
yeah, no, I do love watching that. I do love watching. So they'll do like the world championships or whatever, like for hockey and stuff like that during the off seasons. And I do love chiming into those, watching those games and stuff. And so, all right, so we're going to take a quick break. I am going to try to figure out why Facebook stopped broadcasting our stuff, and we will be back here in just a few moments. So stay with us.
You.
Yeah. Oh my God, we'll be right back.
Opened up my emotions just to make me a pussy. Tell the trolls keep trolling. Bet your ass won't push me. All you ass do is push keys. You exciting my demons. Even demons scared of me. Only fight when I'm sleeping. God, why am I breathing? Got no rhyme and no reason. That's the reason I rhyme. Niggas finding my season. I get tired of y'all eating. I'm just tired of me starving. Actually, I'm being honest. I'm just tired of being complex. I'm open a new hole in your whole operation. I run out of patience and run out of pages to write that I run out of pages. I jump on the mic and go nuts on the stages. I'm fucking amazing and nothing amazes you motherfuckers anymore. Cause my cadence is never stay the same. Don't ever say my name. The hell out my way. Got the devil in my head. The devil's in my brain. Like whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Not gonna slow the flow down so you slow folks won't know what I'm saying until you replay the shit over and over. I'm only a minute in, already said more than you say in one of your albums. Wow, I'm standing in the ring and ready to get it in. Let me know who want a problem. Holla, I ain't never read a fuck what you thought. One more battles than you ever fought nowadays. 269 and then telling when they get caught. I'm sticking to the code. Jump before the sun, signal with the flow. Only getting hot, about to hit the road. Trying to make these dollars. Getting booked, motherfucker, everybody. It's my gun, oh my gosh. To see me with the lights off. Cause I'm a fucking star. I said that on the first call. This was my first step on. I bet you getting no way. But now you fucking do. Cause you're all up for no way.
All right, guys, so we are back. I'm not sure what happened. It shows me on Facebook that it's still loading. I'm not sure what is going on. I did see while I was on there, though, some breaking news. Le'Veon Bell got released. Holy crap. Le'Veon Bell's
Really?
a free agent.
Patriots about to pick him up.
Oh, my God. You think so? That would be a
Why
hell of a
not?
move.
That would be a hell of a move if they actually did.
I think of a Bears team who just lost Tariq Cohen. I think of the Giants who lost Saquon.
It'd be an easy move for him. He wouldn't have to leave. Just
Yeah, they just picked up Devontae Freeman though.
Yeah, that's true. Who else has been having a hard time running the ball? Can he play quarterback? The Cowboys need one. Their season's hanging on a limb. See what I did there?
No pun intended.
Pats don't want him or need him. I don't know, Mike, can you... So if you go on Facebook or anybody else who's watching, if you go on Facebook, can you still see the stream? I went on there to check it out, see what was going on, and Facebook was still showing me the stream. So chime in, let me know.
You think he goes back to Pittsburgh?
No, Pittsburgh doesn't beat him.
I know they don't.
Connor James is running.
He ran himself out of town. He ran himself out of town too.
Titans just scored again. They're going up 35-16 with 4 minutes to go. They are going to be 4-0. The Buffalo Bills will move to 4-1 on the season. Is this so now power ranking wise? When you have two undefeated teams go at it and one team loses to the other undefeated team, even though that this one is probably a bigger score than most people would have thought, and especially for the wrong side. Excuse me there. But where do you put Buffalo after losing to Tennessee? Is this a big loss for them, or is this just hey, look, you guys are still really good. You just lost to another really, really good team.
Yeah, that's how I would characterize it. I mean, they just lost to another really good team. That'd just be like, next week Tennessee plays Seattle and Seattle beats them.
Yeah.
They just lost to another really good team.
I had them 6 and 7 in my power rankings. Buffalo in front, but I still thought Tennessee was going to pull it off. So I'm just going to flip them, I guess. But
I had Buffalo up there. I had Buffalo at 4.
I got Baltimore at 4. I know they got one loss, but it was to Kansas City, and I think they take care of business other than Kansas City as of right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is one of those. It's not a horrible loss. I think that the fact that they blew you out changes things a little bit.
That hurts. That's if it was close, I could maybe you got to bump them a little bit further than just flip flop.
They got
Julio chipes in. Le'Veon Bell to Tampa. Brady, what's up? I don't think they need him though, John.
They got 5 running backs.
Right, yeah, they got Fournette too.
They got Fournette.
Jones.
Jones is a
McCoy
underrated running back.
Is McCoy done for the year now? McCoy's hurt, right?
Yeah, I think he is done for the year. I think they just put him on IR.
Patriots.
Connor and Snell are doing too well for him to go to Pittsburgh. Maybe Miami.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah,
that could be a good fit.
I do like Flores and what he's doing down there in Miami.
Yeah, that would be a good one right there. Honestly,
and if Tua comes, into his role that they expect of him.
Do they need Tua right now? Or the way Fitzpatrick's playing?
I'm not playing him right now. I'm talking next year. But if you can get him in there for this year and get a couple more wins.
Yeah, how many? If you're signing Le'Veon Bell, though,
some
it's
chemistry.
just for this year, right? You're not.
How many
years does Le'Veon Bell still have in him?
He's only 28.
Yeah, he's got a couple years left.
28.
He's got 2 or 3.
38 in running back years, though.
I mean,
if you can get him for a 2-3 year deal.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
running backs are probably the most expendable position in the NFL now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you can find a stud running back in the 5th and 6th rounds of the NFL draft now.
Yeah.
Look at Rex Burkhead.
Yeah, Rex Burkhead. Oh my God!
All right,
James White.
Yeah,
James White to be serious.
Yeah.
James White, I think, could do it anywhere. Dion Lewis didn't last after the Patriots. Burkhead was he was on the Bengals, and I don't know what else he did before he came to the
Oh my
God.
God!
I think like
Buffalo
you said,
just fumbled the ensuing kickoff. And the Titans have the ball back on their 15-yard line.
There we go. The Bills acting like
boy.
the Bills.
They're gonna go down to like
back.
they're gonna go down to like
Back.
18 with Benz's Colts.
Right.
Oh God. He's gonna now because Buffalo lost. The Colts are getting back into Benzie's top 10, and Buffalo's out.
Yeah.
Freaking guy.
Buffalo's at 13 now.
Oh my God. But yeah, no. I mean, look. You look at running backs, and right now you can get running backs very cheap, and you can get good running backs very cheap, and you don't have to You don't have to hang on to them very long.
Look at the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Chiefs. You got the.
They got a rookie. They got a rookie running the rock right now.
Yeah.
Blair.
Yeah, Hilaire's a beast.
Yeah,
Hilaire's a beast.
he is
No, I
good.
remember freaking. So we used to do a live fantasy football draft, and we'd get down into it, and everybody would have I think it was 2 minutes to make your pick, and we're in the first round, and this guy had I think it was the 6th or 7th pick, and we start just trolling him. He's getting down there. He's got 15 seconds left. Of course, we've been drinking all day. We always start out at the golf course, and we drink while we play 18 holes of golf, and then we go back and we do a bags tournament, and then we play some poker, and we're just drinking the whole time. So by the time we actually get to the draft, we're half in the bag. So we're giving him shit, and we're counting down, and we're like 10, 9. He's like, Rex Burkhead with the 7th overall pick of the
Jesus.
draft. And I
Poor
never
guy.
laughed so hard in my entire life.
Wow.
Rex Burkhead.
I would
That
have just.
had to have
I
been
would've
the
just
worst
went-
draft pick of all time.
How much
stuck-
liquor did he have?
I would have stuck my own head in the toilet and flushed it.
Give yourself your own swirly.
Yep. Facts.
Oh
For
man.
sure.
How are you guys doing in your fantasy leagues? You guys play fantasy at all?
I haven't played in 2 years now, but I always manage to suck.
What am I? I think I'm 4-1. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
I'm moving back up the ranks. I started out really bad. I started out 0-2, and I am about to move to 2-3 on the season. I just had I was down by 7 coming into tonight, but I had Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley scored me 8.3 points. So I'm
My boy
I'm
Wilson's
2-3.
carrying me this year.
And but yeah, no, look, I love fantasy football. I get in multiple leagues every year. Fantasy baseball I still play too. That one's harder to keep up with though. I had a fantasy baseball league this year and I forgot about it. I was in the league and then all of a sudden the guy was like, payments are due. I was like, payments for what? He's like, fantasy baseball. I was like, oh shit. He's like, well, you could just pay me after the playoffs since you're in the playoffs. Like, what do you mean I'm in the playoffs? I didn't change my lineup once all year long. I ended up in the playoffs, so
That's
I guess I didn't do too bad. Let's see. John Sulia Mesa. I drafted Marshawn Lynch the year he retired. I didn't know he wasn't playing. Oh no.
With the first overall pick.
No. I'm gonna
John,
take Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. Yes. Yeah, he just retired.
With my first overall pick this year, I picked Andrew Luck. So
There you go.
oh, that's my boy Sulia though. That guy, he's another softball player, Hoffy. He's one of those guys. He just a fun guy to be around, especially in the dugout. You know how you get those guys who are just great teammates and always keeping you up and keeping you going. Always runs a good team. He's always putting teams in. So Sulia is a great guy to be around for sure. So wasn't the first pick, he says. Ha ha ha. Second, third, fifth. Oh boy. All right. So let's see here. What else we got before we get off the air here?
Instead.
Oh, okay. So how about who? We talked about this last night on the Man Hour After Dark. What would you do with the NFL if the NFC East champion this year ends up being 6-10 or 5-11 and hosting a playoff game? would you change the playoff format and the way that it's run? My idea last night that I threw out was you go back to AFC and NFC, and you just play AFC and NFC, and you just have your top 8 from each conference go and play. No divisions, no nothing. You just your top 8. Would you do that, or how would you change it up to make it so that you don't see a 5-11 or a 6-10 team make the playoffs?
I think you got to change it, but are you going to keep, the divisions per se so that you can create your schedule every year and kind of, the way they do it now, where the third place plays the third place, and whatnot. That way you create a fair, scheduling system. Then yeah, I'm all for it. But I don't know how you're going to be able to, do.
I don't
somewhat
care
of a
if you
fair...
have to realign. I'm fine with that. If you have to draw a
I'm
line
fine with
down
that,
the United States and make everybody on this side of the line the AFC, everybody on this side of the line the NFC, you have an East Coast versus whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Draw Corey, North and South. You know what I mean? But
yeah, if you want to change it to a 15-game season and, you play everyone in the AFC and NFC plays the NFC and you get your seedings there and go at it, sure. I just want to see a fair a fair scheduling and then go from that. But yeah,
because
I do
there's
think
no way that a 5-11 or a 6-10 team should even be in the playoffs, right, Jay? Let alone hosting one.
I mean, no, obviously not. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs. I mean, these teams like 7-9, 9-7. I mean, at least if you're a 9-7 team, at least you have a winning record. But when you're 6-10 or whatever you might be at this point, you don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. Never mind host the game just because you won the division. I mean, they have to do some sort of realignment or something to that effect, because there's no way in hell a 6-10 team should be hosting a team that's 10-6. Like it shouldn't happen. There's just no way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just can't. I can't see why. Not only not, but why are you hosting? Why are you letting an 11 in? Even if you're going to let them in, you're going to say, hey, they won the division at 6-10. Okay, you won your division. You were the best out of a whole group of freaking. And the way I put it last night was that as a dad, okay, if your kid comes back and he's like, Dad, I got all D's and F's on my report card, but everybody else in the class just got all F's. You taking your kid out for ice cream?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And that's what you're doing to the 6-10 or 5-11 team. You're like, hey, everybody else failed, but you failed a little bit less. So
right.
It's just, I don't know. It's garbage to me. But
here's your participation award.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm jumping for joy if I get some D's.
I bet you are. I bet you are. Hoffy loves his D's.
No. Hey, anything better than an F.
Yeah, what if you get F'd by a D?
I'm really hurting.
Yeah, you are.
I kid you not, my graduation, my father opens up my diploma and it's not in there because you got to go into the gymnasium and get it and such. And he looks over to the next person who was, our class valedictorian. And he's, hey, excuse me, steals his diploma. Oh, okay. All right. We still got a chance, John. Let's go. Come on, Dad.
That is awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have for now. It was fun. I loved beating down Hoffy about Jordan over LeBron.
I
love laying that smackdown. Jay even said, hey, he's not even at the table anymore. I agree with you, Combs. So I'm going to go ahead and mute his mic so he can't disagree with me there. I will talk to you guys later. We will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today.
This game is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Great moments are born and great opportunity. And that's what you have here. That's what you've earned here tonight. Their time is done. It's over.